What's a blum key?
It's when you give a guy a blowjob while he's having a shit.
If I'm not mistaken, she just said it's when you give a guy a blowjob while he's having a shit. And sorry, madam, a guy asked you to do that. You know what, though? I admire that guy. Because that's what made this country great. That's what made civilization great. Daring to dream. There's an optimistic man. Oh, I'm having a shit. I've had loads of shit. It's pretty boring. What about... This whole area is free. It's all going on back here. At what point in the relationship did he ask for that? The end.
While I was engaged in psychological warfare with my mum, I spotted something. There was an empty space on my toiletry shelf where my aftershave used to be. Right, my Lynx Africa was there in one piece. My Brill cream hadn't moved. But, right, I'm about to say the most Geordie sentence you will ever hear in your entire life, so lube up your ears. Some Raj packet had twocked me jupe and I went fucking akka. All right. I will leave nobody behind. Raj packet, numpty, doilum, bampot if you're Scottish. Twat? Had twocked. That's taken without consent. It's an acronym. It's what the police use when they do you for stealing a car. Don't ask how I know. So Raj packet had twocked my jupe. If you do not know what jupe is, congratulations, you are middle class. But where I am from, it's the smell of your first fingering. What? It's really strong and it's sweet and it really masks the smell of ammonia in the bush shelter. So Raj packet had twocked my jupe and I went akka. I went bananas. I had kittens. I was angry. Some rapscallion was on the move with my cologne and I was somewhat perturbed. So I grabbed my Nokia and I opened up a text message, the Podge, and I typed in the following message. 222-777-444-664 022-222-556-666-7099666-88-0-333-280-222-88-668 send. And if you forgot how to speak Nokia, that's bring back my jupe, you fat cunt. That message took me so long to compose. By the time I hit send, I wasn't even that angry. I body shamed that poor teenage boy in cold blood. And then by the time he replied, all one word, UFKNWOTM8. You fucking what, mate? And in the time it took him to send that message, he was at my door, and there was a knock at the door, and I knew that I was in a fight.
Do you have a fun stripper name?
Yeah, it's Ivy.
Like Poison Ivy? Because dudes be leaving your lap dances itching. You gotta change that immediately. How that wasn't the first thing you thought of is beyond me. Why Poison Ivy? Why'd you choose that one? Was Poison Oak taken?
I like Marvel and DC a lot.
Oh, so like the superhero. Is she a villain or a hero? What?
Depends on your perspective.
I don't think so. I think I could Google. I think Poison Ivy is. I think she's a villain. Who are you here with?
My sister and her friends.
Hi, sister and friends. Do you guys work at the same place? Not yet. It's probably not good that you think your new job is gonna fail. That's not a good outlook to have. Where do you work now?
I'm a waitress.
So you a stripper. I didn't know we'd have this many strippers in one show. I feel like this is usually rush hour for y'all. Friday night, about midnight. Man. Didn't forget about you. What was your stripper name? What's that? Alapina?
Give me a yell and tell me, what is the most common white person ordering Indian takeaway?
Butter chicken.
Very good, butter chicken, that's right. That is a white person that has ordered it before. In fact, he's like, I've been thinking about butter chicken ever since he got on stage. Sweetheart, I think we should get that on the way home, actually. Now, I'll let you in on a secret, man. I also love butter chicken. But I can't order butter chicken because I'm not white enough. So I gotta order some fancy thing. Meanwhile, I'm watching you guys eat butter chicken going, fuck you. I wish I had that. Right? I gotta wait till all the white people leave the restaurant, then I nod to the waiter and he's like, it's coming. Once all the white people leave, then I can get my butter chicken. Now I'm comfortable. I was talking to my Asian friend, exactly the same thing. Once all the white people leave, now he can get a sweet and sour pork. Now he's comfortable. Right? My black friends, right? Once all the white people leave, now they're comfortable.
Oh, dude, y'all, my husband's family is the last group of people that should be asking when there's gonna be more of them. No, Daryl came up to me not too long ago and he said, baby, I think it might be cool to have someone carry on my legacy. I said, baby, what fucking legacy are you talking about? Let me tell you what you're known for in our hometown, Daryl, okay? You hold the record for 3 separate ER visits from singeing your asshole while trying to light farts. That's 1. You're the only person to get kicked out of high school and the Navy in the same calendar year. That's 2. And you got escorted out of a Bass Pro Shops for getting your dick sucked in the duck blinds. Although I was an accomplice on that last one, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. And hey, it sucks he got kicked out and I didn't, but that's the power of titties, baby. So I said, baby, I think the world can live without your legacy. He said, no, you're right. I think my parents just want someone to carry on the family name. I said, baby, the only thing your family name is known for is being on the list of people to not take checks from at the gas station. Matter of fact, if you guys had a family crest, I'm pretty sure there'd be a picture of a stolen Cadillac converter on it. He said, no, you're right. Okay, guess my bloodline will just end with me. He said bloodline, y'all. Bro, this ain't Game of Thrones. You don't come from a family of regal dragon riders. You do come from a family of illegal drag racers. And the last time the cops caught you street racing, Daryl, they checked your bloodline, and you blew a .27, my man.
I was going to tell you a story about the poshest place I have ever been. I got invited last year to Clarence House, where Charles and Camilla live in central London. I got invited there. I'm involved in this hospice charity because I'm such a fucking terrific guy. Not because I was press ganged into it. No. Maybe a little. Anyway. I'm involved in this thing. So Camilla is the patron of this great charity. So she organised like drinks and a concert and dinner in her home to, thank the corporate sponsors and to get more people to donate money, raise a bit of money, raise awareness, that sort of thing. In her home, though, she put on this event. So we're all in her front room, literally Charles and Camilla's front room. It's the most ornate, like high, beautiful sort of ceilings, and they've got a telly and a couch in the corner like normal people might have, but every square inch of mantelpiece and shelf and sideboard has got a beautiful object on it that they've been given by visiting dignitaries or they've picked up on their extensive travels of the world. It's a very intimidating space to be in. So we're all standing there having a drink, and she's coming around saying hello to everyone, and she gets to me, and because I'm a dick, as I feel we've established, she gets to me and goes, "Oh, how are you involved?" And I went, "Never mind about that. Have you seen Cash in the Attic?" Because we're sitting on a gold mine here. And to her credit, it's absolutely true. She went, "Yes," winked and fucked off. Brilliant. I did another weird royal thing last year. I did the Jubilee. Did anyone see the Jubilee? I did a little thing where I had to introduce Grace Jones in a hula hoop. Nice work if you can get it. In order to do that, I had to get past security at Buckingham Palace. Here's what it consisted of. So I met an armed police officer. His only job is to guard our Queen, to make sure that no one steals our Queen and uses her head to photocopy it and make their own money and stamps. I don't know. So I walked up to this armed police officer outside Buckingham Palace. I said, "Security?" He went, "Yeah." Here's his question. He said, "Are you in Al-Qaeda?" I went, "No." "As you were." I thought, this guy seems fun. So I asked him, I said, "Does anything funny ever happen when you're rolling with the Queen?" He said, "Yeah. I'll tell you this story. Has to be in confidence, though." I said, "You can trust me." He is not a good judge of character. I'm also in Al-Qaeda. No, I'm not. Or am I? No. So he told me the story. He said the Queen, her whole entourage, she travels with about 15 people. They went up to Glasgow last year. She was opening a drop-in centre for homeless alcoholics. Of course in Glasgow. Where else would you fucking put it? It's very much ground zero for homeless alcoholics. It's their biggest export. So the Queen's there, and she's cutting through the ribbon like a fucking ninja, and all the usual suspects are there. There's the mayor, there's the local dignitaries, there's the chairman of the charity, the people that work in the local office, and they've got a couple of the homeless guys, the alcoholic homeless guys from Glasgow, that the charity has helped in other locations, suited and booted, washed and brushed there to meet the Queen, so that she could see the people that have benefited from her kind works. Lovely. So the Queen, as we all know, has only got one bit of shtick, which is the question, what do you do? That's her only question. She doesn't point like that, that'd be mental. But that's her only question, what do you do? That's all she asks. She said to a Scottish alcoholic homeless man, "What do you do?" And he came back, rather epically, I feel, with, "Same as you, nothing." Apparently, she was fucking terrified. A friend of mine, quite recently, a couple of months ago, got proper, old-school flashed. Guy in a Mac, at dusk, in a park, one of those. Sorry, I've added that. I don't know if he did that. You would, though, wouldn't you? You'd give it a bit of cock slap. You'd probably treat it to the windmill, wouldn't you? Who are you hurting? Anyway, she got proper old-school flashed, and she shouted, "Rape!" I thought, don't give him ideas. Don't workshop it, you fucking lunatic. Has anyone in here been flashed?
Yeah.
Go on, what happened, madam? Is it a funny story or is it distressing?
I was in a club and some guy flashed me.
In a club? In a club and someone flashed you in the club?
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't go off with a man in a club? I was kissing him, and I undid his zip and then he flashed me. Go on, what happened? Tell me the story.
It was in the middle of the dance floor.
Middle of the dance floor, and he was throwing some shapes, and one of his was...
My friend told him that we were lesbians to get rid of him.
So to get rid of the guy, your friend told him you were lesbians. That's how these two started, but then they liked it, so they stuck with it. And did that work?
Oh, she said, "We don't like cock." And then he
She said, "We don't like cock." So sorry, so someone got his cock out in the middle of the dance floor in a club, and you went, "Oh no, sorry, we're lesbians." You could have just told him to fuck off. You're incredibly polite. I'll make up an excuse so he doesn't feel bad. I don't want the flasher to feel rejected. How How nice are you? And has anyone else been flashed?
Arrested for flashing.
You got arrested for flashing. Well, don't take it out on me. What do you mean you got arrested for flashing?
Well, I was going for a piss.
You were going for a piss? This sounds like bullshit to me. You were going for a piss. Where were you going for a piss? Set the scene for us. I've never met anyone that's flashed. Go on. It's going for a piss in a primary school.
In a car park.
Got in a car park, okay.
Outside.
In a car park outside, you're going for a piss. Caught short. Late at night, fine, okay.
Yeah, and I needed a piss, so I went up against a tree.
You went up against a tree.
Yeah.
Turned out it wasn't a tree, it was a fat girl. Go on, so you walked up to a tree to take a pee in a car park. This doesn't sound terrible. So far, I'm on this guy's side. Go on.
So there was a woman in the trees.
There was a woman in the trees. Sounds like you've broken dogging etiquette by pissing on someone. So you went up to take a piss on a tree, and there was a woman in the tree.
She was walking, there's a pathway,
She was walking, okay.
and it was outside a police station.
And it was outside a police station. What kind of a fucking idiot are you? You went for a piss in the police station car park. Why don't you just turn yourself in? That's a cry for help if ever I heard one. Lock me up before I hurt someone. And what, did she scream? Did she complain? What happened?
She went into the police station, and they came out and arrested me for indecent exposure.
They came out and arrested you for indecent... Is it because you're a bit ginger? Do you think they would have let you off if you hadn't been quite as... I'm sorry about these lights as well. We could well be giving you skin cancer. I think I'm on your side there. If you were taking a piss, that's not indecent exposure, is it? What do you think? Are we on this guy's side? There's one man, no. Stop pissing outside, you crazy fool. But because there was a woman in the other night with a story. She said, oh, I got flashed. And then she told me the story, and I wasn't sure. She said, I got flashed. I said, has anyone been flashed? She went, yeah, I got flashed in Disneyland. I said, I'm all ears. She said, I was in Disneyland, Florida. I was walking in past the hotels in Disneyland and into the park. And I looked up at one of the hotels, and a guy was opening his bedroom curtains, flashed me. I said, no, he didn't. You are a peeping Tom. My girlfriend wants a diamond ring, and the only reason I know that is it's pretty much all she fucking talks about. Let's face facts. The only way my girlfriend's getting a diamond ring is if the vajazzler slips. I don't really understand the vajazzle. I mean, I know what a vajazzle is. I know what it is. They whip away all the hair from your foo-foo, and then they diamante it. I say they, I imagine you get some Pritt stick and glitter and have a crack yourself. Have a sparkly crack yourself, you're welcome. I just don't know who that's for. I've never met a man who said to me, oh, I love vaginas. But I wish they're a bit more zhuzhy. A few more sparkles wouldn't go amiss. I want a glamour puss, a showbiz entrance. Has anyone had a vajazzle? She had. And what motif did you go for, madam?
I was a little bit embarrassed to ask for one.
You had a heart because you were embarrassed to ask for...
Like something spectacular.
You were embarrassed to ask for something spectacular. So you were fine with someone putting glitter on your fanny, but you went, I don't want to ask for anything embarrassing. How adorable. And was it for a special occasion, or was it just...
No, I just thought, why not?
You thought, why not? Well, plenty of fucking reasons. Basic hygiene. Your boyfriend could chip a tooth. And it was definitely a proper vajazzle, not a Liverpool vajazzle, which is just a euphemism for herpes. Has anyone else come across a vajazzle? He has. Not hers, I hope. Go on, what did they have?
Can't remember, it was my stag do in my...
You can't remember? It was your stag do. Oh, you can't remember anything. Sounds like a Liverpool vajazzle to me. No, love, I don't know what happened. It's just really itchy. Fucking hell. Obviously, I could never get a vajazzle because I don't have a vajayjay, but I would consider glitter balls. You know, for a special occasion. Oh, speaking of special occasions, there was a couple in a couple of weeks ago at one of my gigs, 35 years married. I got chatting to them because I thought, well, quite an incredible thing in this day and age. Got chatting to them. I said, what did you get her for the anniversary? And he said, deep fat fryer. I said, well, what did she get you? And he went, chips. And they seemed thrilled with that arrangement. It got me chatting to people about what is the worst gift you've ever got? Birthday, anniversary, Christmas, Valentine's. What is the worst piece of shit you ever got? We've had a heckle. Go on, what was that, sir? A little bit louder.
Tickets to this show.
No, what's fine. Sir, what's your name? What, sorry? Toby. Toby, do you mind me sharing with the group? Thank you very much indeed, Toby. That makes it much easier. Because there's a heckle. It's quite a good heckle, quite a funny heckle. But we have to do a heckle put down now. God. I would love if I could just let it go, but I can't. There are rules. But you don't mind me sharing with the group, so it makes it much easier. We can go old school. What, sorry?
Stop stalling.
Stop stalling. Don't panic, sir. I've got this. I'll have to put you on arsehole waiting. Toby's mum is so fat. She's a fucking disgrace, Toby. Your mum is such a chunky monkey wobble slob. Fatty boom batty blubbernaut. She's so fucking fat, when she fell down the stairs, I thought EastEnders had finished. Boom, 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 bum, 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 bum. True story. You, sir. What did you say? What was it? Stop stalling? Yeah? What's your name?
Gary.
Are you trying to say Gary? Watch me. Gary. Yeah. 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 The fuck is that? Well, Gary, if you want my comeback, you'll have to scrape it off your mum's teeth. Worst gifts. What's the worst gift? What, sorry? You got a bread maker. Your husband bought you a bread maker. What a fucking arsehole. No, I just hate the whole concept. Because bread makers, I mean, I spent like 200 quid on a bread maker. That's convenient, isn't it? Because you don't live near shops and bread isn't fucking cheap. Oh, I'll just make my own. That's fine. Because the ingredients cost more than a loaf of bread, but don't worry about it. So what did you get him? Instead of an engagement ring, you got a bread maker instead of an engagement ring. You broke up with him, right? You've just divorced him. Yay! Why did you go through with marrying him? I mean, that must have been fucking awkward in the office. Oh. Look at this. Oh, it's a nice one, sparkly. You poor thing. Any other bad gifts? You got what, sir? A dog pooper scooper. Do you have a dog? At the time, yes. What the fuck have you done with your dog, dude? What happened to your dog? You don't have him anymore. Oh, Toby's mum ate him. The fat bitch. Sorry, dude. Any other bad gifts? What'd you get? Nothing. Jesus, listen to the bitterness there. I think there are worse gifts than nothing. So like this, like women get bought Hoovers by their other half. And it's not just a shit gift, it's a bit of a dig. At least something in the house has got some fucking suction. Or you said you wanted a bag and a belt, that's got both, you're welcome. There was a girl in the other day for her 21st birthday from her nana. Now, nanas are mental anyway, but her nana bought her, gift-wrapped, beautifully gift-wrapped, an Argos catalogue. With £2 coins sellotaped to the front. Oh, pikeys. Well, the worst one that I think a lot of people do, Secret Santa. Do you do Secret Santa at your work? It's a nightmare, isn't it, to get something good for under a fiver, under a tenner? I went out and bought a brawn moustache trimmer. She was livid. No pleasing some people, not like she didn't need it. The best gift is obviously anal sex. Not for a Secret Santa thing, that's a fucking disaster. But no, it is. It's better to give than to receive, and anal sex is the gift that keeps on giving, unless it stops giving, in which case it tears. Oh, too much. The worst one, I think a lot of people have bought gift vouchers. Who here's bought gift vouchers? What were you thinking? You walked into a shop and went, excuse me, could you help me? I've got some money here, this is accepted everywhere. Could you fix it for me so it just works in this one shop? For a limited time period, I should explain it's a gift and I'm a fucking idiot.
My husband Daryl and I, we never really wanted kids, but man, his family's been putting the squeeze on him, asking us when we're gonna squirt out a grandkid. And that's a weird thing to ask someone in the middle of a bong rip. Think about how weird this is. Your parents asking you to stop jizzing on your wife's tits just because they want a grandbaby. That's inappropriate. That's crossing the line, man. His mom's chasing me around with a turkey baster full of her son's cum. It's like, bitch, I'll ask for it when I want it. Fucking wild, dude. Y'all, my husband's family is the last group of people that should be asking when there's gonna be more of them. No, Daryl came up to me not too long ago and he said, baby, I think it might be cool to have someone carry on my legacy. I said, baby, what fucking legacy are you talking about? Let me tell you what you're known for in our hometown, Daryl, okay? You hold the record for 3 separate ER visits from singeing your asshole while trying to light farts. That's 1. You're the only person to get kicked out of high school and the Navy in the same calendar year. That's 2. And you got escorted out of a Bass Pro Shops for getting your dick sucked in the duck blinds. Although I was an accomplice on that last one, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. And hey, it sucks he got kicked out and I didn't, but that's the power of titties, baby. So I said, baby, I think the world can live without your legacy. He said, no, you're right. I think my parents just want someone to carry on the family name. I said, baby, the only thing your family name is known for is being on the list of people to not take checks from at the gas station. Matter of fact, if you guys had a family crest, I'm pretty sure there'd be a picture of a stolen Cadillac converter on it. He said, no, you're right. Okay, guess my bloodline will just end with me. He said bloodline, y'all. Bro, this ain't Game of Thrones. You don't come from a family of regal dragon riders. You do come from a family of illegal drag racers. And the last time the cops caught you street racing, Daryl, they checked your bloodline, and you blew a .27, my man. Which is legally dead in 9 states, by the way. No, I like kids, man. I do. Kids can be cool. I don't know if I want them for me, you know? Because I feel like kids would really mess up what I got going on right now. Because listen, me and Daryl, we love doing 3 things, baby. Sleeping, partying, and fucking. And kids ruin 3 things, man. Sleeping, partying, and fucking. How am I supposed to sleep till noon if I've got a little semen demon shaking me up? Shaking me up at 9 a.m., wanting me to fill their sippy cup up with more Mountain Dew Baja Blast? I bought that 2-liter for me. The last thing I need to do is wake up hungover with a baby in a bed full of piss and not know if it's theirs or mine. And think about this, okay? You're at a party, okay? Parties are supposed to be fun, right? Nothing ruins the vibe of a party like a little crotch fruit begging the DJ to play Baby Shark 30 fucking times. God, they listen to the shittiest music, man. Show me a toddler that knows every word to wet ass pussy, and then we'll talk. Until then, get the fuck off my property. And forget about a sex life. Oh, forget about that shit. Doctors say you can't have sex for 6 weeks after giving birth. Are you fucking kidding me? I haven't gone that long without a good dicking down since 7th grade, baby. How do you think I graduated? Thank you. And forget about masturbating in the house. Oh, forget about that shit. Their little nosy asses jiggling the doorknob every 5 seconds. Throwing me off my rhythm. Mama, what are you doing in there? Mama, what's that loud buzzing we hear? And kids are always there, man. Everywhere you go, they're always there. And as my own mom can attest, if you do happen to drop them off 2 towns over in the Waffle House parking lot, they will find their way back home. And the older they get, the more expensive they get. I don't have Scholastic book fair money. And if I'm gonna buy anybody a cool-ass Lamborghini poster, it's gonna be me. And older kids are weird, man. Y'all, I did the weirdest shit as a kid. Me and my sisters used to dare each other to lick hard, white dog turds. And we weren't racist. We would have licked the brown ones too. They were just always white for some reason. And when we really wanted to go the extra mile, we dare each other to hold it in our mouths for 10 seconds. And we it! Don't act like y'all didn't do weird shit. You're at a Tammy show. I'm not fucking buying it. I'm not buying it. I had a lady one time after a show tell me that her grandma was a real big heavyset lady who always wore muumuus and no underwear, okay? And every time she would get up out of her recliner, her and her brothers would dare each other to sniff the seat. And they did it. I don't want to bring that type of energy back into my life. I just stopped doing shit like that. And when you tell people you don't want kids, most everybody has the same reaction. Well, who's going to take care of you when you're old? Nobody. They'll put your ass in a nursing home, man, because that's what kids do. Lock you up in geriatric prison. No thanks, nursing homes fucking suck, man. And listen, I don't want y'all to think I'm up here hating on old people. I don't hate old people, I'm terrified to become one myself, all right? Because listen, if I wanted to be an old person, I'd probably start making healthier life choices. I'm not trying to hang out with a bunch of old people anyway. And listen up, Gen Zers, okay? I'm not talking about people in their 50s or 60s or even 70s. That's not old. I'm talking crypt keeper shit. Crypt keeper old, man. I'm talking people that learned to make their own booze because the government took it away. Little kids and old people, I try to pretty much stay clear of anybody at the extreme ends of the aging process. Babies and old people are a lot alike if you think about it. Well, that's common sense, right? They're both wearing diapers. They're both drooling everywhere. Their teeth are falling out everywhere. They're crying. They're shitting. And they both think they can get away with grabbing my titties. The only human being who wants to suck on your titties more than a baby is an old person with dementia. And they got the strength to make it happen, man. I don't want to be in a nursing home, you know? Being surrounded by horny elders. They want to fuck like there's no tomorrow because there often isn't. Well, y'all know that's what they're doing in there, right? They're fucking. There's nothing else to do. They're fucking like rabbits. Which makes sense because their dicks look like carrots. I thought it was funny. You think your granny's in there knitting you a blanket? Don't throw a black light on that bad boy. You might want to spin that thing with a Tide Pod before you throw it on your bed. And I bring this up because this is a real statistic. Have y'all heard this? STDs have skyrocketed 300% in nursing homes in the last 10 years. That's real. 300%, man. I can get the clap on my own, thank you very much. And y'all, nursing homes, they smell weird. I'd rather take a deep breath in a porta potty after a Slipknot show. I'm sorry, that was gross. I probably should have picked another band. My mom used to work in a nursing home, okay, got fired for selling weed. True story. Maybe they'll stop trying to fuck each other every 5 minutes if you let them get stoned every once in a while. Well, think about it. They're walking around, they're on oxys, they're on codeines, they're on horse tranquilizers. And you're gonna fire my mom for trying to move a couple dime bags? Don't sound like a cool place to me, man. I mean, the lady got one job and turned it into two. They should have gave her a raise for that type of shit.
I'm very lucky to have my girlfriend. I mentioned her earlier, right? I feel like some of you know why I'm lucky to have her now, having listened to what you've just heard. I love her to bits, and she's so ridiculously out of my league, it's embarrassing, right? But not even just like looks-wise, intellectually, she's on a whole other level. For a starter, she has a proper job. Yeah, she's a criminal defence lawyer. Yeah, I know, which is handy. It does get a bit annoying though, because it does mean I can never complain about my job to her. You know what I mean? I can't go home after a bad gig and be like, they didn't really laugh at my Oscar Pistorius joke. She's like, oh cool, I had to sit opposite a rapist today. I'm like, oh well, it sounds like we both had tough ones. It's not a competition, honey. I don't know how she does it. Criminal defence, that must take it out of you, man. Like, she's used to sitting opposite the most low-life, lying sack of shit. Right? Then she finishes her breakfast and has to go be a lawyer. It's funny though, man, because like she's in a very male-dominated industry, right? Most lawyers tend to be middle-aged guys, right? And she puts up with some shit in the workplace. She's told me some horrible stories. You know, she's fully qualified. Guys just assume that she's like a secretary, send her on coffee runs and that, and it's bullshit. And I know that some of the women in this room have had to deal with that kind of shit, and I'm sorry. All right? And I have to say this, equal pay, equal work, I'm with you. All right? Despite that earlier sports joke. But if we are going to be completely honest with ourselves here, ladies, equality is a two-way street. And I think we need to address the fact that there's a few places in life where maybe yous have had it a wee bit easier than us. And if we're really going to have equality, we need to fix them as well. All right? Do you feel the tension in the room right now? Don't think I don't feel it. Oh, I feel it. Makes me so horny. I know what's happening right now. Every woman in the room is sitting there going, just you be very fucking careful what you say next, you little prick, all right? Right, and let me try and win yous back here, right? I genuinely think that women have had it a wee bit easier than men in the bedroom, right? Now let me dig myself out of this hole. Right, and I need to preface this by saying that I can only really talk about straight women here, right? And it's not because I'm trying to exclude any lesbians that might be in the room. It's just that I'm 29 years old, and if I'm being completely honest, I have no idea what the fuck you guys get up to. I love the lesbians. Honestly, it is my lifelong dream to just have like a big group of lesbian pals. Imagine being the only straight guy in a group of lesbians. What a fucking laugh you would have. You know, just me and the gals out and about. You know, we've got so many shared interests, you know. We all like the golf. Right? We all love Fanny. It would be a laugh. And if there are any lesbians here, genuinely, I want you to know I'm a huge fan of the movement. I watch all the films. I'm actually sending money to a couple of girls on OnlyFans right now. Yeah, I'm actually sponsoring a couple of lesbians, that's right. Yeah, $5 a month. I was sending it to a starving African boy, but, you know, he was getting it for 4 years. Not once did I get a video of a carrot going up his arse. So I'm sorry, wee man, it's a buyer's market. The reason I want lesbian pals is because I've just got some questions. The main one I want to know, I'm desperate to understand, is how do lesbians know when sex is finished? Yeah, think about it, yeah. You know, because it's very obvious in a straight relationship, at least it is in my household. Usually over very quickly. With a muttered apology and then the sad collection of a towel. Now you just stay there, honey. I'll get it. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I just want to know, how do you know it's over? I assume you're just going at it, having an amazing time. Oh, multiple orgasms over and over all night. Eventually, one of you is just like, we should probably pack this in. Top Gear starts in 10 minutes. I don't know. But I do think that straight women have had it a wee bit easier than straight men in the bedroom, right? And now let me explain myself. Because as a woman, right, the first time you go down on a man, right, no doubt that must be scary. Of course it must be scary. But you've got to admit, willies, very simple. Dead easy to figure out, you know? You know, a willy is like an iPhone. As soon as it's in your hand, you know how to work it. Whereas on the other hand, you know, lads, I know we don't like to talk about this, but listen, I'll speak up, brothers. Right? I'll be the canary in the coal mine here. The first time you go down on a nice lady, it's fucking terrifying. You know, you're down there, you're alone, it's dark. You can't see it, but you can sense its presence. It's like the predator when it takes its mask off. Maybe if I stay still, it can't see me. Arnie's in the corner like, if it bleeds, we can kill it. But what do, lads? We man up, we stick our face in, and we learn on the job. Yes. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. Right, you just start doing like, maybe I'll start doing the alphabet with my tongue. Maybe she's a C. Start throwing in all different kinds of wee patterns. Try a swastika, I don't know. Maybe she's into that. And look, I'll be honest, right? Maybe I am doing it wrong. But fucking hell, you're no half doing there for a while, eh? Bloody ridiculous. Because I feel like we're all friends now, Glasgow, I'll be honest, right? I come fast. Right? And it's led to me being described as a selfish lover. And I'm like, I think that's bullshit. How is that selfish, right? You know, I know you're busy, honey. You've got court in the morning. Let's get this over and done with. Get a good sleep, all right? I'll tell you what's selfish. Sending me down there for 20 minutes gasping for air like Jacques Cousteau. It's a ridiculous amount of time to be doing anything, honestly. And halfway through, you've got to shout up for that wee match report. What's happening up there, darling? She's like, just keep going, I'm getting closer. So is that closer or close? Says you're getting closer, I'm down here getting fucking lockjaw, alright? Bloody ridiculous, man. I mean, I went down on my girlfriend once, right? And when I came back up, Liz Truss had resigned. So I'm sure you'll be very glad to know I've thought about this at length, all right? And I think what needs to happen is the first time a man is about to go down on a nice lady, right, what needs to happen is on the way down, someone just needs to slip on a wee headset on him, right? And then somewhere in an air traffic control tower is a lesbian, right? I thought about putting a guy up there, but that's just a blind leading the blind, right? We need someone who knows where everything is and how it works. Right? Picture it, it'll be amazing, right? You're about to go down on this lady, right? Someone slips on the wee headset. You just hear, psh, okay, Connor, just stay calm. All right, I know you've never done this before, but if you listen to me very carefully, I will get you down safely, okay? My name's Connie from Aer Lingus. Just call me Connie Lingus. So stupid. All right, Connor, if you look down, you should see the landing strip, okay? Can you see that? Hey, that's good, Connor. If you look down to your left now, you should see a flap. Lift that. Underneath there's a wee red button. Give that a push. Let me know what happens. She's shaking! You've done well, Connor. I'm going to leave you from here. I'm like, thank you, Connie. You get yourself up the road. Top Gear starts in 10 minutes. My girlfriend is class, though. But she is way, way smarter than me. Right? It's embarrassing. Right? Because I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but I'm a fucking idiot. Right? Like, I can hold a conversation. I can get by. But, like, I'd say once a week, I do something so fucking stupid that, like, I look about afterwards and go, fuck, I hope nobody saw that. You know? I had one of the worst ones ever a couple of weeks ago. It was in Glasgow, right? I was wandering around the city centre and I saw a guy walking a wee dog, right? And the wee dog had a jacket on and the jacket said deaf dog, right? Okay. So I ran over and I was like, oh my God, how long has he been deaf for? And the guy went, what? And I went, like, was he born deaf or did he have a wee accident? What happened? And the guy went, what? And then I realised I'm a fucking idiot. I went, oh, sorry, oh no, sorry, you're deaf and the dog's to help, all right. I was like, well, to be honest, mate, that's not really that clear, you know? You know, from over the street, it really does look like it's the dog that's deaf. Right? Because, you know, blind people, it doesn't say blind dog, it says see and eye dog. So if anything, Jake, it should really say hear and ear dog. And the guy went, what? And I was like, oh no, I'm making an arse of this. Oh, started panicking, I looked down at the dog, I was like, mate, tell him I said sorry. Eventually the guy took his AirPods and went, listen mate, stop talking to my dog, it's deaf. And I know I've been a bit harsh on women in the show, right? And I hope you know I'm just pissing about. I happen to think men are much fucking stupider, all right? Right? But guys that have absolutely no business whatsoever cheating, cheat. And that's what's weird to me. You know, like, what people are like, oh my God, Brad Pitt cheated on Angelina Jolie. You're like, well, aye, he's Brad Pitt. He could shag me if he wanted. Fucking Brad Pitt, all right? I don't know if you guys know this. This is God's honest truth, right? Stephen Hawking cheated on his wife with his nurse. I'm sorry, I'll say that again. Stephen Hawking cheated on his wife with his nurse. I'll be honest, right? I don't know how much Stephen had to do with that affair. But it just pisses me off because everyone talks about him like so positively just because he was clever. I'm like, we're glazing over the fact that he was actually a dirty little bastard. And I tell you what, I hope there is a stairway to heaven. And I hope hell's got a ramp, right? I love my girlfriend, as I was saying earlier, man. But funny thing is, right, we're from different classes, you know. I'm very working class. She's very much like upper middle class, you know. And she's American. She went to all these like, you know, fee-paying private international schools, right? I went to a piece of shit state high school through in Edinburgh. It was awful. We're always at like bottom of leaderboards for school stuff. Right? My school had to cancel sports day one year because they found a hypodermic needle in the sandpit. And the fucked up part was, I remember my PE teacher being like, lads, just jump over it. Well, think of it as an incentive. In first place with 2.9 metres, Jamie, great effort, son. All right. In last place with hepatitis. Wee Gary, unlucky mate, unlucky. Better luck next year if you're still here. It's funny though, because she's kind of making me middle class. You know, like she's got all these wee middle class hobbies and stuff. Like a big one that she loves is she loves to go shopping in vintage shops. Remember back in the day where those were called charity shops? And you'd get bullied if somebody saw you come out one. Now it's 45 quid for a pair of Levi's with somebody else's skid marks on them. When did that big rebrand happen? My girlfriend will brag about stuff that she found in charity shops, right? And I think that's a mad thing to brag about. Like, she'll be like, you'll never believe what I found. Vintage YSL handbag, easily worth £500. Got it for a £5. And like, people are like, oh my God, that's amazing. So you shouldn't be bragging about that. Imagine if I went to the pub with my mates. I was like, lad, you'll never believe what I got up to today. Right? Went into Dementia UK. Stole 495 quid. As I say, you know, staying with someone who's from a bit larger class than you, she's upper middle class, right? And she's kind of dragging me up to the middle classes, right? And I really thought, with my background, I've got such a chip on my shoulder that I'd have to be dragged there. I'm not like these toffs, right? And I'll be honest with you, Glasgow, now that I'm kind of on my way there, it is fucking better, all right? I love being better than most people. It's class. Right? And that is, man. I quite like it. She's moved us into a dead, trendy area. We live in the West End of Edinburgh now, right? It's quite trendy. I'll be honest with you, as someone that grew up on a council estate, I actually miss the fear a wee bit. You know what I mean? You kind of learn to love it. Like, I still get paid cash for a lot of gigs, and, you know, getting home after the gig was always like my own wee Squid Game. Because you start to learn a place. You know, you're like, oh, I can't go down Stabby Alley after about 9. No, everyone knows that's where Rapey John sleeps. And I'm not getting caught again. Fool me once, John. I couldn't even imagine getting mugged where I live now. It would be embarrassing, you know? Just a couple of gender-neutral vegans run out of an alley. One of them pulls a knife, I just pull out a pepperami. I'm like, this is real meat, get back, I will use it. Be like something out of West Side Story getting mugged where I live. And they'd come out like, oh, you came to the wrong part of town, guy. Come on, get 'em, thems. It'd be bloody embarrassing.